Well, it appears as though Brock Lesnar is not cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. What is going on out there, guys? It's your boy Tommy on the spot. Welcome to yet another edition here of the final hour of Monday Night Raw live stream here on Watchalong Wrestling. Thanks so much for checking us out here tonight. We'll be with you for the remainder of the evening here and for the final hour of Monday Night Raw. So thanks so much for checking us out. We'll get you caught up on everything you've missed so far. But of course, the biggest story coming into the night was the proposed scenario here that Brock Lesnar would be cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. And again, WWE has moved away from what they have been promoting. They said from the start it was going to be, this would be the night that Brock would be cashing in. They've been promoting it all night, teasing it all night. And right before they went to commercial break here, Baron Corbin came out, completely laid out Seth Rollins. And then when it looked like he was going to cash in and Paul Heyman was going nuts, Paul Heyman was screaming at him to go out there and to cash in. And at the end of the day, he did not. He screamed that he'd be cashing in on Friday. And so now it looks like Brock Lesnar will be cashing his Money in the Bank briefcase in Saudi Arabia and in Jeddah this Friday, the Super Showdown, which was an advertised match that had leaked a while ago. Brock and Seth for the title was something that was out there, so I guess it was kind of a bait and switch here for those who were looking forward to Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin. So if there were some of you out there. Yes, AEW, I'm willing to think if WWE continues to do these situations where they promote something and then they don't follow up, and this has happened a couple of times now. Night after WrestleMania, they promoted the big match between Kofi and Seth Rollins for both belts, and then they, bait and switch that off and turned it into a tag match. They did a whole bunch of different things, and it ended up being a situation where it was far too much, and it was a situation where it wasn't, they got the fans upset, and rightfully so. I mean, I was at that show the night after WrestleMania, and I was excited to see where they were going to go with that, and they ended up moving away from it. So now we're in a situation where, again, they're promising something and not delivering on it, and now they can't be upset if the crowd starts chanting for AEW, as my friend Mohan there in the live chat is talking about. They're really asking the fans to do it. These fans have been being promoted that Brock was going to cash in the whole night. Whether you want Brock Lesnar to be the champion or not, I know a lot of people don't want him to be champion. If you're getting the big promotion of a Money in the Bank ladder match throughout the whole night, and this is so strange now, they're showing Seth Rollins being wheeled to the ambulance with Becky Lynch, and they've made it clear that Becky Lynch is his girlfriend now. So she's now walking Seth into the ambulance here. I do have a guest who will be joining me for the final hour of Raw live stream here in a second. So they'll be coming over in a minute. So the second, when they ring the bell here, I'll go grab the door. So I'll disappear for a sec, but bear with me. There's Jamie Noble. Is that Finley as well? Look at that. A lot of the guys there. So the former WWE superstars turned agents, as you've now got Seth in the ambulance being taken away. So I guess the tease now is that Seth won't be competing at Super Showdown after all. Who knows? But more than likely, you're getting Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar rematch at Super Showdown. So probably the other biggest story of the night, Rey Mysterio has relinquished the United States Championship. He gave it up and basically just handed it back to Samoa Joe. It's kind of a weird situation where, not too many people were necessarily expecting that. But Rey came out, arm in a sling, handed that belt to Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe, I guess, is now your new United States champion. I'm interested to see where they go with this. I don't know. It feels like the Samoa Joe-Rey Mysterio rivalry can now continue, and they can really build off this rivalry if that's something that they wanted to do. They could push this all the way, for a few more months until Rey recovers. I do think we're going to get Dominic involved in the storyline. I don't think we've seen the last of him. And who knows? I mean, that really could be something that they kind of move forward with coming out of this. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where they go. And here comes Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse. And they're saying a very special episode.
Today I have something super serious to talk to you about.
Bray Wyatt just looked at the screen, super serious, and he said, today I have something super serious to talk to you about. And lo and behold, it was exercise. And now Bray is in a total 1980s garb here. He's got the headband on. He's got the Wyatt Gym tank on. He's got the fanny pack. He looks like a Road Warrior. He's even got the Road Warrior spoogey pants going on.
He doesn't take very good care of himself.
And now Bray Wyatt is so he's back into that the kind of demented Mr. Rogers type deal here, and they're kind of promoting that. So now Bray is talking with this pig, getting onto his knee.
One day, all the success in this and gluttony is going to come back to bite you in the head.
So Bray actually has lost a good amount of weight. If you look at Bray Wyatt here, he looks pretty good considering that the guy, was somebody that was, pretty big for a good amount of time. And it's good to see. I mean, he continues to get himself into the best shape. Now he's winking over at the screen, and now someone else is entering, and it's I guess this is Bray Wyatt doing Vince McMahon? That's Vince McMahon, I guess, in the Firefly Funhouse.
Trust me, and I know the perfect way to start. Hit it.
What in the world is this? Bray Wyatt is shaking his rump. He's dancing. This is very, very weird. Not sure about this here, guys. I have to be honest. I've liked the Firefly Funhouse until this point, but this is very, very strange. Bray is shaking his ass. He's twerking. And now here we go. This is bizarre right now. You've got Bray dancing, trying to get people to do exercise. Now showing off. Very, very strange. So Bray Wyatt right now is all right, so after weeks and weeks of Bray Wyatt looking like he's getting ready to reveal his secret and kind of turn back into demented Bray Wyatt, now he has gone completely the opposite direction here with the Firefly Funhouse, a really special edition kind of exercise deal. And now here comes Triple H, and I don't know what we're going to get. Remember, Triple H has a match on Friday. He's facing Randy Orton. Who knows if he's coming out here to give us a title match or where we're going, but finally they've decided they're going to promote the hell out of this Super Showdown main event. You're getting Undertaker tonight. You're getting Goldberg tomorrow night, and that's what they're promoting, that Bill Goldberg will be on SmackDown tomorrow night. Let me know what you guys are. Yeah, I'm ready for Bray Wyatt to return too. It should be great. Let me know what you guys are feeling about this show on Friday. Part of me feels like with the big match between Undertaker and Goldberg, there's some intrigue, right? I can't lie. The 90s kid in me is excited about the idea of these guys taking off and having a match, but at the same time, they've not really promoted the match at all. You have the mix-in deal there with kind of the storylines behind the scenes there going on that are not exactly very cool. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what they do with this match. It feels like it's going to be like 10 minutes of entrances and 2 minutes of action. it's a shame that all of these Super Showdown type shows or Greatest Royal Rumble or Crown Jewel, those shows are paying the wrestlers the most amount of money. So you're getting your huge matches now on these shows. If you remember, Shawn Michaels came out of retirement to wrestle on these shows. Goldberg right now is coming out of retirement to wrestle on this show. His first match really since WrestleMania 33 against Brock Lesnar. So his first match in over 2 years, and he'll be coming out of retirement to face the Undertaker. Again, it's a match that is there is intrigue in the match, but it is also like it could have been, in my opinion, so much more by having the match take place at a WrestleMania. Yeah, the Bray Wyatt return right now, I mean, they've done such a good job in building this character up that when Bray Wyatt returns, it feels like a completely different character. It feels like it's a situation, as Play Me in the live chat is saying, it feels, and actually, give me 1 second, my guest, who was running a little behind schedule, has arrived. So let me go grab that. I'll be right back. I'm on the air, so I've got to run back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let's make sure that we are now back on the air. Yes, we are good. All right. How do I think Bray Wyatt will return? I'm thinking they hold it off. I think that it'll be kind of I think when he does eventually return, it'll kind of come out of nowhere, as I'll bring my guest in. Dave is going to be joining us for the remainder of the program here, as we're going to be watching the end of Raw together. Let me try to move this over. Yeah, throw that stuff over. So we're going to be joined here by Dave. He's coming in here to join us for the final half hour, or 45 minutes, I guess, of Monday Night Raw. Dave, have you been watching Raw so far tonight?
Not watching live, but I've been keeping up with it.
Keeping up, yeah. I feel like a lot of us do that these days.
I'm not sure if
Royal Rumble would be, if they could hold off on the Royal Rumble and hold Bray Wyatt off to the Rumble, I think that'd be interesting. Certainly would use a good amount of planning. Let's see if we could adjust this here. But
the first 2 hours, I think, what did we miss? Lars Sullivan getting up.
So Lars Sullivan did. They built up the idea that maybe the Lucha Dragons have a chance on Friday. It'll be Lucha Dragons 3-on-1 against Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, how exciting.
They are at the University of Texas Stadium in Austin, Texas, where they're just showing kind of a lot of different University of Texas, the football team. They're not on the football stadium for Raw, though. It'd be interesting to see if they can kind of make it work, but we'll see. Earlier in the show, they did also do a deal where it was Nikki Cross taking on Peyton Royce. Oh, they're showing some replay here of actually how the show started. Best of the World, Shane McMahon taking on Roman Reigns this Friday, rather. And they have done a deal now where where Roman Reigns has been built up. Yes, it would fit it. Yeah, last minute elimination chamber fill in definitely would fit his persona. That'd be interesting. I don't know if they're gonna hold him off that long. I could certainly see a situation, maybe like an Extreme Rules type main event. He shows up and does his thing. But Shane McMahon, the major push of Shane McMahon continues. This guy has been pushed harder than basically anyone on the main roster. Here he is with a big spear to Roman Reigns. You know, I don't know. He even did the Roman big powerbomb type deal, screaming up into the sky, the ooh-ah. And looks like Shane now at age, I think he's about 46, 47. They're building up that Shane McMahon's got a legitimate chance against Roman Reigns. Yeah, I agree with you, but I mean, the guy hasn't lost at all. He's beat Miz every single time they had a match.
He's had a Mania match ever since his return.
Ever since his return, he's had a Mania match, and I wouldn't be shocked if he actually gets it done here against Roman Reigns. And here comes the game, Triple H.
Triple H is on today?
Well, so Brock Lesnar did not cash in. They were building it up that he was going to cash in. He laid out Rollins, and he said he wants to cash in Friday.
So this is why he's coming out then.
Well, he's either coming out to address that, or he's coming out to maybe build up the fact that he has a match against Randy Orton on Friday.
All right, he does. Yeah, I get to relive fourth grade again.
That's right. That's right. I wish CM Punk would return. Shane versus Punk. Yes, I've been saying they have this built up that Shane's been the best in the world for so long that if ever they wanted to bring back CM Punk, it would be the best time to do it. To have the best in the world take on the best in the world in a who's the real best in the world match. Could have even done it with so that's a 2 p.m. start time on Friday. It's pretty inconvenient. I'm not going to be able to make much of that show.
Oh, for Friday?
Yeah.
It's weird. 2 p.m.
Anyone taking off work for the day to watch the Super Showdown? Let me know in the comments.
Yep.
Vince follows Punk on Twitter. Yes, he does. That's pretty funny. So there's Triple H. Big Triple H did a really good NXT takeover over the weekend on Saturday. NXT Takeover 25. If you guys are interested, I did put up a live vlog from that show. My buddy Steve and I went to the show. And here comes Randy Orton. All right, so they are building up their match. This is not to address Brock Lesnar, but it is to address Randy.
Saudi Arabia show. I forgot Randy's on. I forgot this wild card rule is insane.
Yeah, the wild card rule really is.
It's just can they come out and say, hey, by the way, Bransford's gone.
Yeah.
They're just making this up because
they really
so we have an excuse for Survivor Series to happen.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason that the whole
that's the reason why they do the
wild
brands.
card is basically like their way of like ending the brand split, but like not having everyone appear like way too much. Like you don't have Randy Orton
show up every show.
every single week.
It's a situation. Roman's been on Raw every say. Our friends over at the 5-Star Podcast of Wrestling, and I actually was guest on their show last week. Go check those guys out. They were talking about it on Twitter that Roman has been on Raw every single show since they announced the wild card rule. So I think that's a way to kind of get him over there, maybe because of ratings and whatnot.
They need top guys on Raw.
Right,
It's
they
always
need.
been that way.
Yeah, exactly. The top guys need to be on Raw. Obviously, with SmackDown going to Fox, Fox wants top guys on SmackDown. So that's kind of, I think, the idea behind this wild card rule. But it's very confusing. Before they had a deal where Alexa Bliss was out in seconding Nikki Cross and doing her match with Peyton Royce, and they had built it up that she'll be on SmackDown tomorrow hosting a Moment of Bliss, and her guest will be Bayley. So interesting situation there, where Alexa Bliss will be on both shows, and they're announcing that ahead of time. Part of the wild card rule, I guess, appeal has been that this happened. So right now, I believe we're at about 10:30. It's about a half hour left of the show. I don't think we're getting any matches for the remainder of this show. I think you're going to get a Triple H and Randy Orton, and then we're getting the Undertaker in the final segment. So this might be it here. So hopefully Batista would return and help Randy. Then Triple H would turn to Shawn to help, and a tag match at the next Saudi Arabia event. I will say that
I would not be surprised.
If it was going to happen, it would be at the next Saudi Arabia show. So that I could definitely see it.
Saudi Arabia money brought back Shawn Michaels, who, God willing, was able to move somehow during that match.
And it was him and Shawn Michaels and Hunter against
Kane and Undertaker.
Oh man, I think the youngest guy in there was the spry Kane, who was like 50, or maybe Hunter at 50.
Yeah.
Alexa and Nikki Cross win the tag titles. I agree. I think that's what they're setting that up for. I think they're setting that up for a nice little kind of like Rock and Sock Connection type team. Foley and The Rock, a little reminiscent. And then after all that, obviously Alexa will turn on Nikki and maybe set something up down the road.
So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste theirs.
It's like they decided, the week before this event, they were going to start to promote it.
Since we've stood here and looked at each other, don't let this suit fool you. I am coming to Jeddah to kick your ass.
Notice they have stopped referring to Saudi Arabia at all. It is simply Jeddah at this point. And
It's good to me, Hunter. Check it out. I need you to understand one thing. I am not Batista.
Yeah, I think Orton's going to get him on Sunday. I really do. I think you're right. I think they're going to build up Orton. He does need a title run. I think that would be something that would be cool. And right now there aren't too many people that can viably challenge Kofi on the SmackDown side of things. Orton is a guy who can. So I definitely can be in a situation where I could see Orton getting a big win here. Wouldn't do too much to have Hunter get the win, but there's always a chance for a pedigree 1, 2, 3.
Randy, it's interesting to me the last couple of weeks as I watched.
Big time week here on Watchalong Wrestling. Going to have a couple different live streams, some fun stuff coming on. It's a huge week of wrestling. For those who do not know, this week, Wednesday, which will be like Wednesday morning about 5:30 a.m. Eastern time, Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, will be having his first match for New Japan Pro Wrestling at the Best of the Super Juniors finals. He's going to be taking on Juice Robinson for the United States Championship. Then this weekend, obviously Friday is the Jeddah show, Super Showdown. And then on Saturday, in the middle of the night, which I think it starts at like 2 or 3 a.m., we'll be here on Watchalong Wrestling with you guys for Chris Jericho versus Kazuchika Okada in the Dominion show.
Oh my God, what a week for weird start times.
And I'm still
Yeah.
here.
Sorry there, they YouTube automatically held your comment for review, but you're good. Jeff Hardy is my favorite, but when he returns as Widow and he gets a real big push, a little Brother Nero action, that would be very cool.
Real quick.
Well, I was going to say something now.
Yeah,
Can you promise me something?
we got a little maybe an AEW reference
Can
here.
you promise me that Friday before you step into that ring with me, that you retrieve your balls from Stephanie's purse?
Oh, Randy not pulling any punches.
He's enjoying it.
And Hunter liked it. Popped Hunter.
Randy can't.
Looked like he caught Hunter completely off guard with that comment. Even Orton's excited. Look how pumped up. Orton cannot hide when he knows he nailed something. You could tell he gets excited.
Just so big, and it's such a burden.
These guys are having a hell of a time. It's what's going on.
I'll check and see. Maybe I can fit him in my carry-on bag and stick him in the overhead. I don't know. I'll see. I mean, it's hard. It really, truly is a burden. You wouldn't know anything about that because you've never had any.
Oh. These guys going back and forth here. Hunter and Randy Orton. Now Hunter saying he's never had any. That was a pretty cool little showdown there. So what we're going to do with the show on Friday, and I'd love to see MVP return too. I think they sorely misused MVP during his run in WWE. So what we're going to do on Friday, most likely, by the time we get back from work, hopefully I'm back by Hunter giving him a little suck it for good measure. Orton looked like he had the most fun he's had in about 5 years on WWE TV. Probably the last time he looked that happy was when he came out and said, I'm Randy Orton, no enhancements needed. Now Corbin back here looking pretty disappointed. Wearing beads?
I mean, you saw what happened.
I always wonder, like, why doesn't Corbin just go back to his ring gear?
Yeah.
I always wonder. It's like
his
I guess if you want to call it gear, dress shirt in the ring made sense when he was a constable.
Yeah.
And he was getting in from time to time. But now since he's in the ring like every single week with Lashley, Braun, and everyone,
Yeah.
just go back to your ring gear.
I don't know.
I don't know if you've seen the Photoshop memes of him, like in his, like, I guess, gear with the vest, but like they Photoshop him like in an Applebee's or like a TGI Friday.
Really?
To make him look like the waiter.
That's awesome. Yeah, Finn has not been on much. I know that he is a little Ricochet, so we're getting one more match here. But Finn Balor has not been on really at all. I know he's advertised for the show on Friday. I think as the Demon, he's coming out and he's fighting Andrade. for the Intercontinental Championship.
What's weird is did you hear why Alistair's not on the show?
Yeah, he hasn't been at all, right? Oh, well, he's not on the show because the Jeddah show because of the tattoos, right?
Yeah, because like it represents like an evil demon thing. But then you have Finn Balor coming out literally dressed as one.
Oh, you're right.
And portraying one.
Yeah, very weird.
He's literally portraying like, oh, it's not like the demon's on. It's like he's portraying one.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like you think
that is very weird.
Unless they make it like a last minute decision. Hey, can you like not do this?
Yeah, they might not. They haven't been pushing it as much.
Yeah.
So Ricochet,
the demon sells though.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like they even use that as like a last minute deal for WrestleMania, for SummerSlam. So here we go. We're getting Ricochet Cesaro 3 here. These guys have had 2 matches the last 2 weeks. They've torn the house down. The problem is these matches have not been promoted. They've just kind of been thrown out there. When I was on the 5-Star Podcast of Wrestling, we were talking about. Yeah, Cedric Alexander, was he on the show at all? Was he on the show earlier today? I didn't.
On Raw?
On Raw?
I don't remember. I think he's been on Main Event.
Oh, he's been on Main Event. Yeah,
that's what I remember.
He needs to be pushed. Buddy Murphy on SmackDown. He kind of was brought over. He hasn't been on there really at all. Yeah, so it's been very weird. Liv Morgan hasn't been on. A lot of the guys from the Super Show to SmackDown Superstar Shakeup.
Sarah Logan? I think she's still on Raw, but she just hasn't been on it, I think.
Yeah, no, I don't think she has.
Unless she's made it. I know Liv is on SmackDown, but they just
haven't done anything with her, right?
Yeah, and Ruby is injured. That I know.
Ruby's out, but yeah, you'd think. I mean, they even did a deal. I think it was either Liv Morgan or Mandy Rose was on the cover of a Muscle and Fitness magazine. I want to say Mandy Rose, and they didn't do anything. Oh, so Cedric Alexander was in the back going for the 24/7 title. I will say that the stuff yesterday on YouTube did you get a chance to see R-Truth and Jinder on the golf course?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty incredible. That is how they should use the 24/7 title. They shouldn't be using it to, with guys like Cedric Alexander, but I will say that if they're going to have something goofy and silly like 24/7 title, they should absolutely have it set up as, something like that, something that they end up, interrupting your regular scheduled programming to have the 24/7 title come out and be something that everyone could kind of go with. Yeah. Yep.
It could be some ideas that I've had for the 24/7 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is if they show us footage of the title changing before the show even starts.
I like that.
Like, or maybe like, I guess maybe like a superstar does like a Instagram live. And like you see it happen in the background, or the watch-alongs that they do. For the if it happened there,
yeah, that would be cool. Of course, we encourage all of you to do the watch-alongs that we do here on Watchalong Wrestling. But if you're going to do another different one, but there's also someone had a funny idea. If Dolph Ziggler were to win the 24/7 title and he's doing a stand-up comedy routine, somebody attacks him in the middle of his set. I want them to interrupt the WWE Network live feed. And have it be something where, they have not had too many matches tonight, Mohan. That's a good point.
How many? Was the Lars thing a match, or was that kind of just the regular?
The Lars thing was somewhere you kind of got kicked out. Cesaro and Ricochet, they really, they've really kind of stole the show these last couple weeks. Carmella is helping a lot, and R-Truth actually is probably the perfect guy to have that title because he's very funny. Yep, I hear you. But yeah, it's a situation when it comes to R-Truth that I think that like the title was almost custom made for him. He's the perfect guy to have it, and he's done a lot. And I love the stuff that Drake Maverick's done. They did show some footage of Drake Maverick before the show started, going out into the crowd, handing out the "Have you seen R-Truth" flyers, trying to see if anybody had seen Truth, trying to see if anyone had kind of been able to find him, and that's kind of been his way of kind of trying to get himself something going. So it's been good. Yeah, John Morrison's great. We saw him over WrestleMania weekend as Johnny Impact wrestling for Impact Wrestling, which was a lot of fun. So Cesaro looks like he's got a new entrance here that they've had over the last couple of weeks. No Sheamus either. Now, I know Sheamus has lumbar spinal stenosis, and that's no joke. So it could be something where maybe he's taking some time off to kind of just heal up, but it's been weird. We haven't seen Sheamus for a little while.
I don't think he's taken a break since he came back at all.
I don't think we've seen him since WrestleMania, right? Was the bar on WrestleMania?
They were.
Yeah.
But I think since like he initially came back, I guess like as Mohawk Sheamus, he
Yeah.
hasn't really taken time off.
He hasn't. No, they announced he had
like a year or two later when like I think we learned that he had like that spinal problem.
Yeah.
And like he still kept going for like another 2, like no breaks.
None at all.
He could take like 2 months off.
Yeah.
So.
And then Sheamus is also the type of guy. He's the type of guy that can show up and really be kind of thrusted right into the main event picture if they wanted. As Ricochet lands on the second rope, flies back, and Cesaro catches him up. It's almost like these two guys were like, hey, we're going to come out, steal the show every single week, whether you want to pay attention or not. Because, yeah, Samoa Joe, the Tyson Kidd injury, that was really unfortunate. I'm glad that they were able to show some of the stuff from Tyson Kidd's run down in NXT during kind of the NXT 25 special this past weekend. Because I think his NXT run is one of the most underappreciated runs. And it's similar in a way to what they're kind of doing now with Tyler Breeze, in that Tyson was on the main roster. He wasn't doing much. So they brought him down there to help kind of provide some help down NXT when NXT was first getting started and have a deal going with Neville. And it's similar to what they're doing with Tyler Breeze and the Velveteen Dream. And now Cesaro and Ricochet kind of stalking around the ring here. Big uppercut there from Cesaro takes Ricochet down. There's the 5-Star Podcast of Wrestling, who I mentioned earlier. Yes, I know. Yeah, while I was on the 5-Star Podcast of Wrestling earlier, myself and Sean were talking about how we were hoping these guys would get an actual like pay-per-view blow-off, but now it feels like it's almost like a situation where they'll do 3 or 4 different matches and then decide they want to do a best of 7. And none of them will matter, unfortunately. And they really should. They could build these guys up as like a really big deal here. Whoa, unbelievable. Ricochet with a big...
I didn't think that was possible, but I guess Ricochet said, you know what, it is.
Taking him down with a big Hurricane Rana there.
We need a replay on that one.
That was good stuff. Now Ricochet up on me. Oh! That was close. And it looked like Ricochet there, kind of vintage Jeff Hardy running across the barricade there, catching Cesaro with a big Hurricane Rana to the ground, and Cesaro was able to roll through it. He is the king of the best of 7, yes. Yeah, that's actually how the bar started. I think I was at the SummerSlam we were at. There's like the first match was on like the pre-show. Whoa, Ricochet with a big moonsault to the outside takes Cesaro down. And we're going to commercial break as we do so damn often. They kill me here.
Commercials.
So many commercials. So much Chrisley. I don't know if you guys get as many Chrisley commercials as I have Hulu here, but Chrisley is like every commercial break. But the Bray Wyatt stuff tonight was very strange. Let me know what you guys thought of that. Bray kind of went back into the Bray Wyatt. Did I hear that Ray's son has been working in WWE for like the best? Yeah, so Rey Mysterio actually mentioned how his son Dominic has been training earlier, and it's pretty much they ended up doing a situation where he basically came out and said that Dominic's been training, and I think that was his way of letting Dominic remain in the storyline, even though we might not get a payoff for it for a little while because Ray's hurt. But I'd like to see Dominic kind of come to his dad's defense maybe next week, maybe set up a deal with Dominic versus Joe. That'd be great. And yes, those
I mean, we've had stuff in the mail come in for with the Bucks in their matches.
Oh yeah,
we had a match at I think All In.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
Dominic trained a bit.
Yeah, have a big.
I mean, Joe might kill him, but it's.
You know, I could even see a deal where maybe Joe kills him and then they have a rematch, and maybe Dominic gets a couple of hope spots in. They could extend it until Ray's ready to come back. And yes, those Frank Thomas, I think it's Shantix or Progenics or something. Nugenics, that's what it is. Nugenics commercials. Always ends it by telling the young lady, and believe me, you'll like it too. With Goldberg being on SmackDown tomorrow, the plan here is to do a first ever SmackDown live stream. I don't know if it's going to be the full show or maybe the final hour of SmackDown, but back tomorrow, I at least want to, you know.
Like full show wouldn't hurt too much.
Full show's only 2 hours. That is true. Maybe we'll do a full show.
It goes by quick. Raw is when it really.
Yeah, the 3 hour is the killer there on Raw. It's tough to and SmackDown too usually has like 2 or 3 different matches that are fun to watch and that it could breeze right by. And they've already announced also Alexa Bliss, Moment of Bliss with Bayley, a couple other different things. So SmackDown could be a good show tomorrow night. But yeah, huge week for wrestling. Huge. It seems like wrestling never stops.
Almost time for me to go.
Yeah, that Charlotte and Lacey match was not pretty at all. I had seen you also mention that, and a good point you made was that this big finish that they built up as Lacey Evans' big, like, what is there, the right or something, or her big right?
The woman's.
The woman's right. There you go.
According, because
yeah, and
a lot of the times, some people have moves.
Yeah,
and I don't know that they have them. I only know that they have them because the game lists them as having moves.
Oh, because you play the
it lists them as having moves.
I mean, you're sweet, but these are sweet.
She completely no-sold the woman's right. It would be like they built up Jericho's big finish against Kenny Omega. It'd be like if Kenny Omega kicked out at 1. It was the equivalent of that.
How was it? Like you said, it was like brutal, or
the match earlier between Lacey and Charlotte. Yeah, not good. They were all over the place. She hit the woman's right, and Charlotte like no-sold it entirely. Didn't even like take a bump. It was rough.
Yes.
WWE's biggest mistake was making Cody a mid-carder and a jobber. That is what made them fail. Well, I think it's a testament to who Cody Rhodes is, that he was able to then go on the Indies and become NWA champion and have big matches all throughout Ring of Honor and the Indies and really reinventing himself until now being able to be one of the executive vice presidents of All Elite Wrestling, having one of the matches of the year thus far against Dustin. Oh, big uppercut from Cesaro takes Ricochet down.
A big part with Cody is that like I guess like when he was like I guess like you could argue obviously that oh my god
big
like, you could argue obviously like like the Stardust thing is silly
yeah,
but like he played it well, but the thing is like what they do with it,
right?
That like I'm sure like he probably I think I heard that he wanted to be Stardust on one show and Cody on the other show.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, like and then they were kind of just like nah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cody was like, what the hell?
Yeah, like
it's like
why bother putting forth ideas?
And then people heard about the idea, and then everyone's like, that would have been a great idea. I would have loved that to see that on my TV.
Yeah,
like, but then I guess they're just like, no, have a match with Neville like 5 times or something
for no reason, and have his own little deal with the Ascension. They had his own little pack.
Yeah, they had like a little, I guess, face paint stable type thing.
Yeah, I had mentioned earlier over on Twitter at WatchWrestlePod. That was one of the funnier moments. I don't know if EC3 was trying to look completely miserable, but he sure did. Whoa, Ricochet all over the place here with Cesaro. Cesaro catching him. Looks like we're going round and round here. Already 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Oh my God, how does he not bomb? Oh my gosh. 8 or 9 times around there for Ricochet. Thrown to the ground by Cesaro. And now Cesaro getting ready for the big uppercut. Boom! Huge uppercut. And that could do it.
Well, what did you think of the whole Judas effect thing as a move?
Oh, the elbow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out, it was a little like, someone had a great line on Twitter. I wish I could remember who it was, but it was like, if you love the Judas effect, you really can't hate on the John Cena 5th Moon of Doom, because it's pretty much the exact same deal.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricochet with a big knee to the face of Cesaro. So it's almost like WWE's like, listen, we know we bait and switched you. We know we got you all excited by having Brock come out and not cash in after we promised you all night that he was going to cash in. Oh, we're going to give you Triple H. We're going to give you Randy Orton. We're going to give you Ricochet and Cesaro. Big crossbody rolls through with Cesaro. Oh, but Ricochet kicks out.
You have to imagine, like, also, it's like, they wouldn't.
Oh, roll him up. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. Apologies. Not sure what happened. The computer crapped out, but we're back.
Yeah.
So Cesaro now not having any of this. He's pissed off at Ricochet. And it was a situation where, to answer your question about EC3, I said EC3 looked super disgruntled, but at the same time, he had, if there's ever a guy who maybe his character is he's just so disgruntled and frustrated and at the same time is just kind of going through the motions with the idea being that it is what it is. And how many of us, let's be honest, have those such...
What?
Whoa! It's our truth! On the table! Hiding under the ring! That is pretty awesome. Look at that. You called it. There's our truth.
Carmelo's coming out. Carmelo's coming out to help.
Carmelo. I was thinking we were going to get a little Hornswoggle cameo. That is pretty awesome. It'd be funny if R-Truth ran into Undertaker and Undertaker chokeslammed him and won the title.
Oh, my God.
That would be awesome. Here comes everybody. Oh, who do we get? We got No Way Jose. EC3.
EC3 who chipped on.
Who is that? Is that Mojo? Yep, Mojo. Whoa! Cedric going airborne. Taking out everyone.
Wait, is Mojo the guy with all the random back tattoos?
I think so.
Is that him?
Oh,
Maverick!
Maverick finally caught him. Oh, Carmella with the super kick. It's like if you gave your boy Cedric at least a little spotlight there. Carmella's going after Truth.
Oh, that's not Mojo.
They're all going after.
Oh, that's Eric Young with all the.
Is that Bobby Roode? Oh, poor Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode and Cedric deserve more. And we're getting the Undertaker now.
Eric Young was there too.
Was he there?
Yeah, the sanity split up hurt him.
Yeah,
it did.
Well, he's the only one left. The other two are gone. Well, Wolf is in.
Dane is, I think. Where is he?
I think he's NXT.
NXT. Alexander Wolf is NXT UK.
Yeah.
Nikki Cross has been.
She's now a sidekick of Alexa.
Yeah, and she's been on TV weekly.
Right.
They're doing something there. And Eric Young's kind of there.
He's just, he's a body who comes out and goes for the 24/7 belt. I would have absolutely loved if R-Truth and they all ran through the Undertaker and Undertaker won the 24/7 belt. I'll be rooting for it here when Taker comes down. What his first title in how many years, and that becoming the 24/7 belt. So yeah, Undertaker here. I think we're gonna get. What time is it? 51 already. This is gonna be 5-minute entrance. Bill Goldberg, you will rest in peace. Fade to black, end the show. Ronda Rousey live on the network is basically what I think we're going to get here to end the show. You met Cedric. That's really cool. That's awesome.
But I guess cool to see Taker again.
Yeah, always good.
What sucks though is like how long can you go really?
Yeah, Taker right now. I mean, he's in his mid-50s. I think it's 54. I want to say.
God forbid a spear from Goldberg breaks 2 of his ribs.
Yeah, you never know. I'm very interested to see how they book that match. And I will say that they got me with Hunter and Orton. I was not exactly excited for that match. But their kind of confrontation earlier kind of got me into it. Ronda's going to return soon. Oh, our YouTube channel is great. Ronda does have a great YouTube channel. I will say that I am under the impression that Ronda not being on the show, I think we all miss Ronda Rousey a little bit. I think we all took her for granted while she was there, and not having her not there is tough. Hopefully, she's able to come back, and I think she will if they're having these types of specials, which they've been banging out specials on the network. It seems like every day. They just had one yesterday, a couple days ago for Triple H.
They have Triple H. I have to watch the Ali one still.
Yeah, that was a good one. Ali, Becky Lynch. They have one. Becky up there.
Yeah, they just keep back to back. Well, people like them.
Yeah,
they kind of show the whole behind the scenes stuff.
They did a combine special from the Performance Center that is 6 hours long.
It's like a live stream.
Live stream, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So they're definitely doing a lot of original programming on the network and trying to kind of build that up. I believe the reason why they're doing that many stuff on the network is because I think they are soon going to kind of promote that they're going to be bringing out tiers of the network. And I think that one of the tiers is going to be you can pay a certain amount more to get these types of specials. So that's what I think they're doing with these types of specials and why you're seeing so many of them.
Oh, that might suck though.
Yeah.
Paying extra to see it. That's
Yeah.
going to encourage more people to go online and find find the stream of it.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
you can do easily.
Yeah. So you're, I love Cedric's songs. Yeah, Cedric's song is good. I think Ricochet right now, he's probably got one of my favorite theme songs. An interesting thing they got going on here. I did get a chance also to listen to the Jim Cornette podcast about AEW. My word, was Jim not a fan of AEW.
My name is too big to start small.
Yeah, I was listening to it last night. I was kind of just like sitting, right, but and then he just kind of went around on things. I just kind of get up and I was,
That is Dana White.
oh yeah, Dana White is on the.
There you go. Yes, Dana White on WWE Network. Very weird.
They need him for the Ronda thing. Yeah, I was listening to it. I was like, someone said I was like, this is like the angriest old man I've ever seen. So I listened to the podcast and I was like, he was very upset.
Yes, he was not a fan.
Hated. He did not like. He hated the Angelico, Chris Evans, and Best Friends.
Oh, I know.
He was insulting Dustin. He was like, out of shit, stupid haircut. And I looked at his haircut. He's got a regular haircut.
I know.
I was like, hey, buddy.
Very weird. Yeah, so I mean that should be a cool special with Dana White on there. It's very interesting, the relationship between UFC and WWE. It looks like we're getting our lights out. That familiar dong, and here he comes, the Undertaker.
I hope we get an I Am Elias.
That would be the best swerve of all time at WrestleMania. The lights went out, Cena's all excited, and then hello, I Am Elias at WrestleMania 34.
It paid off with this year's WrestleMania. We got Thugonomics Cena.
Yes,
Again.
exactly. Yep. So I think it's a 3, and then you got the next night.
Taker coming out during this
Next Raw, Dana White on commentary. That would be awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I really think I'd be surprised if we get more than 4 words, and I think it's going to be maybe 5. You will rest in peace.
I'm really feeling we're just gonna get Goldberg. You will rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hashtag the Undertaker right there on the top of the screen.
In case you didn't know.
You didn't know what to hashtag here. Straight up hashtag the Undertaker. So yeah, tentative plan tomorrow night. We're gonna do a full live stream of WWE SmackDown. It'll be the first time we do it, but Goldberg's on the show, so it's a jam-packed show. We'll see kind of where it goes from there. But that could be a good time, so make sure you guys join us for that. I will say, Undertaker, he's found the fountain of youth. The guy has looked a little bit better last couple times I've seen him. At the Raw the night after WrestleMania, I thought he looked great. And Dave can attest to the fact that I was cheering for Undertaker the entire day on the Monday after WrestleMania, hoping he was going to be making an appearance because we missed him at Mania. And then lo and behold, he actually did, which was one of the stranger things, but pretty cool nonetheless. And I will say, despite being at 100 live shows when Undertaker has wrestled through the many years, there's always a little different. When Undertaker comes down the ring when you're there live, it's always it's pretty cool. Oh, it's pretty cool watching here at home and seeing the Undertaker do his thing.
No fire though, no budget for that.
No, that's true. Well, there'll be a lot of them on Friday.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get more pyro than Mania.
Yeah. Oh my!
I remember the last Saturday
I'd say it'd be a lot.
Miz came out and he got pyro as if he won the main event.
Yeah.
just for Miz's entrance alone, got more pyro than we've had in like the last year.
It was I'm hoping that they save this match, the Hunter and Orton match, and then the 50-man Battle Royal because I am very interested just to see 50 men in the ring looking like sardines, unable to move.
Battle Royal?
Yeah, 50-man Battle Royal.
Is it like 50 at the same time, or is it going to be like maybe like a few down, a few down, a few down?
Jason Jordan, unfortunately, is injured. I think he's injured for a real long time. He's working end to back as an agent and kind of helping out with some creative right now. It sucks. I love Jason. I thought he was going to be able to
makes
beat
you miss
Kurt.
American Alpha.
Makes me, yeah, I totally miss American
Could've
Alpha.
gotten the whole American Alpha versus DIY versus who knows who's big on tag teams. I think like
Revival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did face the
They
Revival.
did fight the Revival. They beat the Revival for the belts.
Now we've got the Street Profits champion.
Yes.
Finally, I thought they were actually going to.
I thought it was going to go Forgotten Sons. Yeah.
I was like, I feel because NXT would kind of put the titles on some like lesser known guys in case.
What happens when you become face to face with death for the very first
I hope so. I hope he'd return. That'd be great.
Does this guy grow dark?
Yes, more than 4 words. You're right. Undertaker's actually cutting a promo here.
Or just do you choke at the stench of the souls that are already gone? Goldberg. This Friday, you will get the answers to all those questions.
Then you'll rest in peace.
Yep.
When I stand across the ring for the very first time, I don't want Goldberg, the family man, smiling as his wife and son look up beaming with joy. No.
Yeah, who wants that? I'm with Undertaker.
I want the unstoppable, mythical, icon, Goldberg. I promise you.
Says Icon Sting comes out. But Raw.
Well, I do think at some point we're going to get Sting and Undertaker. I think if you want a dream match, you're going to get them all, but they're all going to be at the Saudi Arabia shows.
Yeah, we cannot. I don't. No way.
No way.
We can't just get.
There was a
upset.
Weisenkrantz who asked if I was going to do a live vlog in Jeddah on Friday, and the answer to that is no. No, I will not be in Jeddah on Friday.
When the Reaper beckons, you answer his call. I will claim your soul for all of eternity.
We're going off the air here while Undertaker's talking.
Goldberg,
Here we go.
you are next.
Oh, I like it.
Off the air.
Wow. Wow, they are steadfast on that 11 o'clock. Man, that is nuts. Crazy. They cut off the freaking Undertaker. Wow.
Well, just barely.
Yeah, his hairline looks like LeBron James. Oh, man. Well, that is going to do it. Thanks so much, guys, for checking us out here on Watchalong Wrestling for the final hour of Raw live stream. Great to be back with you guys. It's going to be a huge week here. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. We'll be back throughout the week with a whole bunch more stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow night for SmackDown Live. Until then, everybody, I am Tommy on the Spot for Deej, saying so long and hopefully you enjoyed Monday Night Raw.